Good morning. Taking a look this morning, September 3rd, Casper cryptocurrency daily chart. We're going to check out, is there any way to trade the moon cycles on Casper? Can you buy the full moon, sell the new moon, and make money? We're going to take a look. Since there's not too much price data, we're going to start from the beginning of Casper's trading history and then come into current times, and then we'll take a look at when the next moon cycle is and where we are on the chart. I was just taking a look at the SPY S&P 500, the spiders, the ETF, and that is down 17% year to date. So a few months ago, we had a really nice bottom over in the stock market, and there were some pretty good bottoms in the crypto markets as well. And if you were able to trade those, you should not be down 17% year to date. You should be up quite a bit depending on the products you used, leveraged, not leveraged, whatever, indexes, stocks. But just wanted to share that. Had another down day on Friday, so the sentiment is building, getting better, and we'll see what happens here. So we're on a daily chart. We're on TradingView. We're looking at Casper, cryptocurrency, CSPR/Tether USD. Let's take a zoom in here and see if there's any correlation. Can you buy the full moon, sell the new moon, and make money? Well, let's go back to the early days of Casper. I'm not going to start on that big crazy candle there. So this is going back to 21. So not that long ago, just about a year ago. And let's see here. Let me get an arrow on the chart. So you can see the white circles represent the full moons. And then on the top of the chart, the gray circles represent the new moons. So you could see right away we are in this down. So the theory is, let me go back a second, that full moons usually spot market bottoms, and then new moons, market tops. Not always the case, but that is what people say. And there's some correlation, and you'll see that on this chart. So right away over here on, the 26th of May, give or take, whatever the exact full moon date was, the 25th of June, basically the market's been trending down. So buying those full moons would have not worked out for you, would have worked out the other way, as in, since this thing was trending down for a while, selling the new moon on, let's call it around the 10th of June, would have worked out very well. But then again, if you bought the next moon cycle, which would have been roughly, let's see here, 15 days later, you would have still lost money because the market trended down. So your trade would have been to stay short, and if not, go short again or add to your short on the next new moon cycle, which was around the 10th of July. So those two trades, getting long anyhow, didn't work out. Moving on to, looks like around the 24th, 25th of July. That, on the other case, would have been a decent bottom on that full moon, and you can see the full moon was right around the 24th, 25th of July. Let's say you bought that. So basically right here, something like that. That would have been good for a couple 100%, assuming you took your profits or you went short on the new moon, which was over here on the 8th or 9th of August. And then moving right, you can see you could get potentially some very small profits buying the full moons within here. There is some decent little rallies in and around those full moons, but nothing too substantial as the price basically trades sideways for a while. Basically, this whole period here from August of 21 up until, let's call it, the early April of 22, you would have been much better taking the shorts. So shorting Casper on your new moon phases. You can see this high over here would have been a great short. Another great short over here on the early days of December. And then you could have either held that or you could have went short on all of these new moon cycles as the price continues to go lower, much, much lower than where it was at those cycles. So shorting the new moon and covering on the full moon would have worked out very well in hindsight, obviously. Let's go over to some recent times here and let me zoom into the chart here. So if you go back to, let's see, what was this? June on the channel, we were looking for a Casper bottom, and we got that, obviously, at least for now. But we put prices in play, and we were talking about different prices that we were looking for the price to get down to, find support, and then move higher. So our price target was 0.224, and we said, look, if the price gets down to there, we think it's going to bottom and move higher. The price actually got down to 0.223, so basically right on the money, and then had a great support and moved higher, much, much higher. I think it was, let's see here, I want to say 60%, if I'm right. Right around 60%, give or take, depending on when you bought, when you sold, if you sold, and so on. But anyways, so that was obviously a major bottom so far, but that was very close to this full moon here on the 14th or 15th of June, depending on the exact date. Market went a little lower for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 days or so, and then actually had its rally higher. So that's one great scenario of buying the full moon. Over in here looks pretty good actually too, which was the 18th or 19th of March. You had a pretty good rally from there. So what's up recently? Recently, our next moon cycle is a full moon, and so this white vertical line right here represents the next full moon and where it would be on the chart. So for my research, September 10th is our next full moon. So that will be either next week or therefore into that weekend, whatever day it falls on there. September 10th is our next full moon. So I would probably expect, going off the moon cycles anyways, that the market will probably drift down to sideways up until or around that 10th of September, and then maybe we'll see some kind of a reaction. Just a guess, not financial advice, but going off the chart and recent moon cycles, sometimes in between the cycles, if they haven't bottomed or made a top on that last moon, probably have to wait until we get the next cycle, which is on the 10th. I don't know. I don't think I'd put my money on it here if I was looking to get into Casper based on that. I think you have to have other factors to get you in the market, whatever that is. But kind of my thoughts. We'll probably drift down to sideways until that cycle, or around that cycle, maybe a few days before, a few days after, and then maybe we'll see a move. Who knows? Correlating that with our price level at 0.284, maybe we can get above that price level around the full moon, and that'll be our bottom. That'll be our higher low. So September 10th is the next cycle. Go ahead and mark it on your charts. If you are on TradingView and you go up to, so I'm on a desktop computer, up to indicators up here, click your indicators and then type in moon phases or moon cycles. And I believe it's moon phases. And then you can add that to the chart and you'll get the new moon and full moon, and then you can customize them, to your liking or whatever you want on the chart. You can get rid of the new moon and just have the full moon. I couldn't figure out how to get the upcoming moon phases on the chart. So basically I wanted that to represent the 10th. I wanted a circle there and then the next new moon. Couldn't figure that out. Maybe you have to be a premium subscriber. Not sure. But I just did some research and found out that so far anyways, it looks like the 10th is the next moon of September, full moon. So we might have some time here to wait. So if we count today, let's see, the 10th of September, looks like 7 days. Another week until our next full moon. So based off that, maybe we drift lower and then we bottom in about a week and then move higher. Who knows? So what's the takeaway? Can you buy the full moons and sell the new moons? Well, I think it depends big time on the cycle, the overall trend of the market. If the overall trend of the market is choppy or down, you're probably better off selling every rally on the new moons than you are buying the dips. And then vice versa. If we are in an uptrending, strong market trend overall, with Bitcoin, I would think every full moon on a dip you could buy and you'll probably do quite well. Even better than that, which I don't know how good that is, I guess you could back test it, would be to correlate your moon cycles with other trading models. And I think that would be your strongest way as basically another indicator, another confirmation to buy into the markets. So we had a lot of oversold market models and indicators right around this bottom here in June. So taking away the moon phases and just using those other models and sentiment, it was a very strong buy in the stock market. And then obviously we bought into some cryptos as well. And then if you actually added the moon phases to your chart, you could have been like, okay, well, taking all my other models and my moon phases, or my other models and market sentiment and indicators. And then also, we're also on a full moon. So we're probably close, if not at a bottom. Market sentiment is not the same right now, though. It's getting better and it's building as fear continues to rise and the market is heading down. And I don't think it's going to spike that much in the next 7 days like it did down in here. So it's not the same situation. It'll probably take another phase or even longer to get similar market sentiment, unless the market completely falls off a cliff next week, to get sentiment like it was back in June and slightly earlier. So that's my take on it. It's you would have to run back tests on Bitcoin, perhaps Bitcoin's history, and you would have to probably buy every full moon and take your profits at every new moon and see if you would actually make money doing that, which isn't too hard to do. And, perhaps maybe I'll do that and see what the results are. Would be pretty interested in seeing that. Let me know your thoughts down below if you would be interested in that as well. I'm sure I could figure out how to do it here. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. September 10th is our next full moon. So let's see. Looks like about 7 days away. Will we bottom before, after? Did we already bottom? Like I said, I think we're in for some more choppy to slightly down, and then maybe we'll see a nice move higher around the 10th of September. The market's been stagnant. XRP has been stagnant and going sideways. Bitcoin basically sliding down. Casper has been pinned at our 284 level, 0284. As you can see on the chart, I have a white horizontal line. So who knows? Basically, patience is the game right now. And that's it. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and consider doing so. A lot of the viewers not yet subscribed. They are watching from the background. Channel's growing nicely. Appreciate all the comments, all the views, all the subscribers. Thank you very much. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and we'll be back throughout the weekend. Have a great weekend with some more videos. Take care.